Welcome back. Today I'm going to be talking about how to get business as a new realtor. So you're brand new, or maybe you've been at this a while and you're just in a rut and you want to try something new. Well, I know that it can be hard. Real estate is such a crowded marketplace. Depending on where you live, there are so many competitors and sometimes it's hard to stand out. Well, as an author and a keynote speaker on how to differentiate, I particularly love my audiences of real estate professionals because they are always looking to try new things. They're not afraid to take risks. They're outgoing and they're just a lot of fun. So stick around. I am going to share with you 9 things not to do, and then of course share with you what you can do instead to get new business as a new realtor. Okay, let's kick this off. The number one thing to not do if you want to get new business, especially if you're a new realtor, is marketing like everybody else in your city or every other realtor that you've ever seen anywhere. The market is already crowded, as I said, so you can't look and sound like everybody else. Now, depending on how new you are, especially if you're on the younger side, you may feel like you have to look and sound like the people who are in the $1 Million Club in your city in order to be successful. That is exactly the wrong way to think about this now, because those people got where they are built on what they did 5, 10, 20, 30 years ago. That is not what's going to get you to where you want to be today. So what we need to do is market differently. Don't be advertising on bus stop benches. Don't be talking about all your accolades or your company's features and benefits and all that. Especially over the past few years, we have all changed as human beings and we don't pay attention to that. And if we do even notice it, we don't trust it because all of your competitors are saying the same things. They're all leading with features and benefits of themselves or their company or their accolades. They're being super professional in how they talk and how they look and everything, and we'll get to that in a bit. But how can you market yourself differently to stand out? I'm going to cover 8 other ways that you can do that, but the first one is think about how you can just be yourself, humanize yourself in how you market yourself to your prospects. One of the other things that I see real estate professionals do that doesn't help them get new business is they look like everybody else. Now, this can be from your business cards, which I know you may not have much control over. If you do, I have ideas on that we'll cover at another time. But your physical appearance, do you have anything that helps you stand out in a crowded room of like-minded real estate professionals? You're all in the same business, or maybe you're at a reception and there are a few other real estate professionals in the room. Are you standing out? Do you have a signature color or a signature style that's different, or maybe you wear a hat, or you whatever. I was speaking at a conference of realtors recently, and a lot of people looked kind of the same, and they were dressed professionally and nicely, but they weren't doing themselves any favors. They were fitting the role, and that's fine. But there were a couple guys there who were, I would say, late 20s, early 30s. And they were tattooed, long beards, rockin' cool outfits. And I thought, that is so cool. Those two out of this crowd of 300 people are standing out better than anybody else. Now, are those two the right real estate agents for everybody? No. Are they going to appeal to exactly the right buyers who are going to love them and resonate with them and align with them and become their ambassadors after they do business with them? 1,000%. Keep in mind that you are not for everybody. Not everybody is a potential client for you, and that is a hard pill to swallow, especially if you're new in business. But the more you let your true colors, your values, your appearance reflect who you really are, you are going to attract the people who are the exact right fit for you. I learned this early on as a professional speaker in my career. I thought that my message was for everybody. I had a wake-up call when I spoke to exactly the wrong audience. They were like 70-year-old men in three-piece suits, and I had pink hair in the back at the time, and I came in just dressed. I was not aligned, and that was probably the worst speaking gig I've ever done. They didn't give me a chance when I first walked up, and I don't ever want to speak to that industry again because it's just not for me. And as a result, I might have gotten bad reviews, bad testimonials. I certainly didn't get any recommendations. Did I get paid? Yeah. Do you just want to get paid? I get it if you're new to the industry. You just want to get paid. You have to feed yourself, etc. But you will get successful so much quicker the sooner you realize and embrace this. Don't market yourself. Don't look and sound like everybody else. Another thing that I see new realtors doing that is not helping them win new business is, I hinted at it earlier in another section, and that is sounding like everybody else. Now, this is basically how you market yourself on social media. How do you, if you have a website or a blog, if you do videos, how are you talking? Do you sound like everybody else that is just spouting features and benefits and stuff about the market? Or are you being a little bit different and you're just having conversations as if you're talking to a friend? Because prospects that really resonate with you are very likely to become future friends of yours and very long time repeat clients. So when you market, and I've done other videos on how to do content marketing, I hope you will use video, because hardly any of your competitors are using video, and if they are, they're not using it the right way to really stand out on social media today and build trust and become more memorable. So if you're using video, if you're writing, whatever it is that you're doing, talk like a normal person, and I will get to some other tips in another section, in another segment, but use regular language as if you're talking to a good friend rather than, today I'm showing this beautiful house. It's got 3 bedrooms and 2 baths, and it's in this lovely neighborhood. How about having a video that went, you guys, you are not going to believe the view from this house. This is crazy. Or this is the coolest bathroom I've ever seen. Or this is the weirdest. Like if you're on showings or you're going to open houses and you see something really weird or really cool, I hope that you'll take out your phone and snap pictures at the very least to post later, along with, very conversational wording. Or you take a selfie video and you go, you have to see this bedroom. This is going to blow your mind. Those are the types of things that stand out, that get attention and start to build a human relationship with you, rather than you just being a commodity, just another real estate professional like all the others, but maybe a little less experienced. So why should they go for you? The next tip to get new business as a realtor is to market differently where you are marketing. So a lot of realtors market on the same channels in the same way. Some of them, we've all seen business cards tacked up to a cork board at the local Panera, or we've seen the bus stop benches. We've seen ads in local, flyers or whatnot, or postings on nextdoor.com. Those things, they're not doing anything for you. The key is to market where your competition is not marketing. And that means, are you leveraging LinkedIn? Or do you think, oh, that's full of business people? Yeah, business people who own homes or want to purchase or sell one. So leverage LinkedIn. Are you using TikTok? I know TikTok is not for everybody, but at my recent conference, I talked to a person who's using TikTok and has 35,000 views of their TikToks. Are they standing out? Absolutely. And they tag them with the location where they're at. I know they get views from other places in the country, but people come from all over the country to buy homes where you are. So even a view from far away is not a bad thing. that brings me to my next tip. I want to do a little bit of a deeper dive on why you should be using LinkedIn. It's a shame if you're not leveraging it, because LinkedIn is full of people that you can do prior research on. You can figure out, you can narrow down where they live or where they work. You can narrow down pretty much how much money they make, if they're going to be aligned with your marketplace, and if they have other relationships that you share with them. LinkedIn is fantastic, not just for making one-on-one connections, but for sharing your expertise to become that memorable, trusted advisor who stands out from the rest. And if you don't think that you can post those same videos about you have to check out this crazy bathroom on LinkedIn, you're wrong. That is going to stand out because nobody else is doing it. Does it feel like a leap of faith? Absolutely. But the people who are most successful are the ones who stand out and who become the most memorable. And it doesn't always have to be crazy things on LinkedIn. You're also going to share your expertise. You're going to maybe quote a statistic, but then give your context, your own expertise, and do things like that. Use LinkedIn carousels, use different things on LinkedIn to really stand out. And I'll talk about content creation a little later. The next mistake that I see realtors make when they're trying to get new business is not leveraging their inner circle. Especially as a new realtor, you may not want to ask all of your friends and family if they know anybody or whatnot. Why not? I call it your circle 100. Make a list of the 100 people that know and like you the most. And start there, and then start reaching out to them and letting them know what you're doing, letting them know how they can help you and what sets you apart. And it can't be, I work harder, or, I'm friendly, or I'm knowledgeable. What really sets you apart as a human being? Those are the types of things that are going to help them refer you in a memorable way. So leverage your circle 100 and make the ask. Another mistake that I see realtors making if they're trying to gain new business is not humanizing themselves. Now, I've touched on this in other segments, but being super professional does not resonate today like it did before the pandemic, because we as human beings have fundamentally changed. I've studied consumer behavior for years and years and years, and there's never been such a major shift than there has been in the past few years. Think about how you've changed just in the past few years. The same is true of your prospects. So we have to humanize ourselves, talk like humans, write like human beings, share our context, our expertise like human beings. All of those things. Have pictures on our website, on our business cards. Everything that you do, have humanized pictures of you with your dog, with your kids, by yourself hiking in the mountains. Post videos from all those types of places as well. Anything you can do to set yourself apart and talk about what you do, not just at work, but occasionally in your off time too, is going to help set you apart. Another tip for newer realtors or realtors looking to get new business is to humanize your showings and your visits, your listings. If you are marketing something new, let's say you've got a brand new listing, it is a shame to just put pictures up in the MLS and write the same type of description that is not humanized, that's using the same verbiage and is not even standing out as a listing. That is a mistake when you can write about that description in a whole new way. You've seen things that other realtors have done that have totally gone viral, like wearing a unicorn costume or dressing up like a T-Rex. I'm not saying you have to do that. What I am saying is, why not appear in a video of your listing and walk people through the listing? They get to see your face, they get to know your personality a little bit. You can talk about how people might use that space, how your kid might love that playroom, or things like that. But appear in those videos rather than making them so sanitized and just, emotionless. We have to trigger emotion in order to stand out and be more memorable and to build that trust that's so important. And my last tip, the thing that a lot of realtors don't do is they don't have a lot of variety in how they market. They're just constantly pushing statistics and now's a great time to buy a home and here's this new listing and work with me. that's not helping you stand out. So what if you had a little variety where sometimes you posted funny videos of things that you've seen, or you post insight into the 3 mistakes that I see new buyers make. Or I just worked with this client and this is what they were about to do, and instead this is what I advised them to do, and this is how it worked out really well. So showing your fun side, showing your expertise. You can also give shout outs to your partners in mortgage services, anything, even the people who cleaned the house. Give shout outs because that makes you look good as a human being and humanizes you. I've got a whole video on what I call content pillars that will help you mix up your content and give you ideas for what to post. So check out that video next, and good luck.